Well, good afternoon. It is Monday, November 8th, episode 331 of the Worship Live. And I want to read to you from Psalm 52. I will always trust in God's unfailing love. I will praise you forever, O God, for what you have done. I will trust in your good name in the presence of your faithful people. We're going to worship today with Robert and Joyce. Then we're going to go back to episode 34. Wow. So let's worship today with our good friends, Robert and Joyce Hayes.
Hey, and today's segment, we're really focusing on honoring our mothers.
Yes.
You all that are mothers, we appreciate you very much.
And Robert, you mailed your card today to your mother.
Oh, and I actually mailed it.
Mailed it a couple days ago.
Yes.
Yeah.
So that it would make sure to get there on time.
That's impressive.
Because I usually miss.
Get there after
Because it would be too late if you
good.
waited till today. That's true.
That's all right. I told my mom that you were sending the money.
Yeah, but it was your paycheck.
Oh, great.
Oh, sorry.
Oh, well, it's only money.
That's right.
Anyway, I was just thinking through songs that would be fun for mothers. This is a song that it's one of those that gets stuck in your head and you enjoy it for an extended period of time. So that's why we're going to sing Life is Precious.
Yes, and I remember holding little Carter in my arms. We started singing this.
Oh, yeah.
Wow.
When he was just in my arms.
We should try that now.
Yeah, try that now. So I'm looking up at him.
He's taller than her.
Okay, let's go.
Sometimes I drive too fast, sometimes I risk it all, sometimes I'm reckless, act like I'm made of steel, but I'm just flesh and bone, a product of the fall. Still I have purpose, and this I know to be real.
Life is precious, life is sweet, like the earth beneath my feet. Though I know I'm passing through, I know I belong to you. Life is precious, life is sweet, and this truth makes it complete. Knowing Jesus died for me, life is precious. Life is precious, life is sweet.
I can't see past myself when I get depressed. I take for granted this life you've given me. There are a million ways I've been so richly blessed. I can't imagine not being able to see.
Life is precious, life is sweet, like the earth beneath my feet. Though I know I'm passing through, I know I belong to you. Life is precious, life is sweet, and this truth makes it complete. Knowing Jesus died for me, life is precious. Life is precious, life is sweet.
And Galatians 2:20 says this. And this life I live in the body, I live by faith in the one who gave himself for me.
Life is precious, precious, precious. Life is precious, precious, precious. Life is precious, life is sweet, like the earth beneath my feet. Though I know I'm passing through, I know I belong to you. Life is precious, life is sweet, and this truth makes it complete. Knowing Jesus died for me, life is precious. Life is precious. Life is precious, life is sweet. Life is precious, precious, precious. Life is precious, life is sweet. Life is precious, precious, precious.
Fun song. Fun song to sing, fun song. Great words. A relationship with Jesus Christ means everything. So when we were thinking of songs to play, I asked Bill, I said, what was your mom's favorite song? And he told me that her favorite song was Jesus, What a Friend for Sinners, also known as Our Great Savior. So I thought I would just quickly tell you a little bit about the song. It was written by John Wilbur Chapman. He was a Presbyterian pastor and evangelist who ministered in the late 19th and early 20th centuries. By his own admission, he could not pinpoint the date of his conversion to Christ, but did look at an incident at age 17 as the day of my acknowledgement of Christ. His parents prepared him for a life of Christian ministry, and after seminary, he alternated between various pastorates and evangelistic work, spending a total of around 18 years in each sort of ministry and preaching over 50,000 sermons to audiences totaling over 60 million. One source relates that at one of his pastorates, a member told him, "You are not a very strong preacher, but a few of us have decided to gather and pray every Sunday morning for you." Isn't that a great idea?
That is an idea, great idea.
His pastoral ministry was well received and was marked by the growth of his various churches by the conversion of people to Christ. In his evangelistic work, he was tireless. In his day, no one had preached in as many nations as Chapman did, for he preached not only across the United States, including Minneapolis in 1905, but held evangelistic campaigns across the world, including Canada, Philippines, Hong Kong, China, Korea, Japan, England, Wales, Ireland, Australia, Scotland, New Zealand, India, Sri Lanka, and the Fiji Islands. Chapman once said, "The rule which governs my life is this: anything that dims my vision of Christ, or takes away my taste for Bible study, or cramps me in my prayer life, or makes Christian work difficult is wrong for me, and I must, as a Christian, turn away from it." Within this present hymn, we find in turn a number of descriptions of Jesus tied to the various forms of aid he provides for all of us who are his. Number one, do we fall short of the glory of God? Jesus is the sinner's loving friend who makes us whole. Are we susceptible to temptation? Jesus is our strength in weakness. He wins the victory. Are we faced with sorrow and deep waters? Jesus is our help and our comfort. Are we in need of direction and protection? Jesus is our guide and our keeper.
And your mom's favorite is Lily of the Valley. And it's interesting, it was written in 1881. The composer was Charles Fry. And I have to do a little bit of investigation about that because Charles Fry was also the man who started Turkey Hill Shops.
Oh, really?
Yeah, he was an amazing guy. In fact, he was on the board at Sandy Cove and also on the board at Lancaster Bible College, and one of the new buildings was named in his honor. So I'm curious whether they were related. But it says that he wrote this hymn based on Song of Solomon verses 2:1-4. I am the rose of Sharon, the lily of the valleys. Like a lily among the thorns, so is my darling among the maidens. Like an apple tree among the trees of the forest, so is my beloved among the young men. In his shade I took great delight and sat down. He has brought me to his banquet hall, and his banner over me is love. After reading the words of Scripture, Mr. Fry sat down and wrote about a personal, intimate relationship with Jesus. Those words became the hymn, The Lily of the Valley. The song was first published in the December 29th, 1881 edition of the War Cry, the Salvation Army National Magazine. Mr. Fry declared that he had found a friend in Jesus. He compared the beloved in the Song of Solomon to Jesus as the lily of the valley. One commentary explains, undoubtedly this lily of the valley symbolizes the sweetness, purity, fruitfulness, humility, and healing qualities of Jesus Christ. Fry could see only in Jesus and in trouble because Jesus had told him to roll every care on him because he cared for him. Jesus is indeed the lily of the valley, the bright and morning star. He is the fairest of 10,000 to my soul.
And now we get to share one of my mom's favorite songs when she sings. I always laugh because, I've heard my mom say she has other favorite singers, like Diane Susek. She said that's her favorite singer, and that kind of offended me a little bit. So I know she'll often listen to us here at concert, but you didn't sing my favorite. You didn't sing my favorite. And I love to watch my mom listen to the words of this song. And I hope you enjoy the message, this sweet message from a mom's heart. We have this moment, and maybe this Mother's Day you can't be with your children. And so you have wonderful memories that you can look back on. You have pictures around you that can remind you of those special moments you've had. And maybe there's loss, and you are hurting this Mother's Day. I want you to know that God is faithful to be with you. Hold tight to those moments that He gave you with your child, that gave you joy on the journey, because nothing can take away those memories.
Hold tight to the sound of the music of living, happy songs from the laughter of children at play. Hold my hand as we run through the sweet fragrant meadows, making memories of what was today.
Slips through our fingers like sand. Yesterday's gone may never be quite like today. We have this moment to hold in our hands and to touch as it slips through our fingers like sand. Yesterday's gone and tomorrow may never come, but we have this moment today.
Tender words, gentle touch, and a good cup of coffee, and someone that loves me and wants me to stay. Hold them near while they're here, and don't wish for tomorrow. To look back and wish for today. We have this moment to hold in our hands and to touch as it slips through our fingers like sand. Yesterday's gone and tomorrow may never come, but we have this moment today. Take the blue of the sky and the green of the forest and the gold and the brown of the freshly mown hay and the pale shades of spring and the circus of autumn, and weave you a lovely today. We have this moment to hold in our hands and to touch as it slips through our fingers like sand. Yesterday's gone and tomorrow may never come, but we have this moment today. We have this moment to hold in our hands and to touch as it slips through our fingers like sand. Yesterday's gone and tomorrow may never come, but we have this moment today. We have this moment today.
Okay, James, brand new week. We're going
Brand new
into a fun time. What's happening?
Yeah, there's a lot happening, as usual.
Okay.
The first thing that we're getting prepared for is the choir. So we're having choir rehearsal.
Yeah,
You want to tell them a little
tomorrow night at
Yep.
6:30, right
Yep.
here in the Rose Auditorium.
bit? Yeah, that's exciting.
The first time the Keswick Celebration Choir has been together
Yeah, it's
in
really
2
cool.
years.
2 years.
And if you would like to be a part of the choir, you should be able to sing.
That helps.
That helps, right? And we're doing the musical The Greatest Story Ever Told. You can buy your music when you get here, or you can call 1-800-453-7942. They'll send you a part CD as well as the musical, and we're just looking forward to getting ready for a wonderful evening of praise and worship that will take place the Saturday night of Thanksgiving weekend.
Awesome.
Okay, what else?
Wednesday, the 10th, is Girl Talk.
Okay.
So that's exciting. So Angela Sackett will be here.
Okay, we're continuing our theme, All In.
All in. Yep.
And that has to do with being fruitful. That's the overall theme.
And Angela's theme is Made to Proclaim a Life Rooted in Resurrection.
Okay, good.
So that sounds exciting.
That's awesome.
And then the following night is the 11th, and that's our men's fellowship.
I'm real excited about that because Pastor Matt Stokes is going to be with us from Coastal Christian in Ocean City, New Jersey, and we look forward to seeing him live.
Yes,
the last two times he's been doing, he was doing, a video. And so we're looking forward to having him here. And the food is always much better, as we've been saying.
I'm preparing myself now to eat the meal that night.
Okay, that's good.
It's going to be a lot.
Okay, what else?
Well, that's pretty much all I have for this episode.
Okay, so if they want information about our upcoming events, how can they get that?
Well, they can call our number, our 800 number, 1-800-453-7942, or they can go to our website at www.americaskeswick.org.
And we want you to know how much we appreciate you watching our podcast Monday through Friday. Tomorrow at 1:30, Lynn Wilson will be doing her Bible study for women, Hope for Today. And then we'll be back here on Wednesday at 1:30 with James and Robert and Joyce. We look forward to seeing you. Have a great rest of the day. God bless.